I'm Alfred Vassilkov. I'm chief designer and founder of Estelon brand speakers, Alfred and Partners company. Estelon brand exists almost 12 years, and 11 years we are in the market. Estelon is an Estonian company, first of all. But the name of Estelon, it's actually not mean something clear. It's can be connected, of course, with Estonia, like Eston, like aesthetics, and Estelon, it's maybe like shape or something like this. In Thailand, we are first time now, and because this country appreciate high quality sound and high quality product, and have very nice representative here like KSSONS audio, like salon shop, and good team. We believe that our product can be good in this market. It's very important for us. Our speakers is different. If you look for all product, you can immediately recognize our speakers. Why? Because really it's a little another ideology is inside of these speakers. Why it was born? It's a long story. It's before this idea, almost 25 years, I was worked with different models of speaker, different materials, different components. I worked with the installation company. It gives again rich material how it's possible to build best way build the sound in the room, and this all this experience gives fresh ideas how it's possible to build sound better way than before, and yeah, it brings these new ideas. And 12 years ago, I was proposed this like idea, like project for our family meeting, and it was decided that yes, this is a good idea, and we not sell for another company, but start to produce ourselves. Our idea was to build speaker for a real living room with influence from the floor, from the walls, from the ceiling, and for reproduce in these conditions better results, not only for measuring results, but for a real listening experience. And our idea is build it from inside, from the engineering, and go to outside. And this outside is like visualization of this theory or principle. We have quite low positioning for the woofers, very low crossover point, and this way this speaker is connected with the room and not so depending from the positioning for bass. And another part is low mid and high frequencies. It's more concentrated, is in neutral positioning in the room. And this is again, you can see this is almost no corners, no any parallel walls. It's all this gives for us possibility to create not resonance chambers inside of the speaker, to create ideal conditions outside of the drivers. And this way we have not distorted characteristics for each drivers, and we can combine it better way with crossover and have the more pure sound. And this configuration, of course, it was possible to make with some another method, not with MDF or wood construction, because its shape it's complicated, and for no make this internal resonances or diffraction effects, its characteristics dispersion, it's very nice for our speakers. And this material and this technology, it was very difficult to find, and we use for production molding process for make shape enclosure for drivers, and this for materials it's used our property for marble based composite material with many ingredients and special technology. Finally, we have very strong shape, very strong enclosure with good internal dampening and technology what permit to create this complicated surface, what gives us these bonuses what we have. I was say previously that I has big experience with different drivers before. I had the possibility to test many drivers, different drivers, and Accuton drivers is chosen because it's very fast, very musical, but it's not easy to use. Yes, it was like maybe a little risky sometime, but together with Accuton, finally we have good solutions for use these drivers. It's because ceramic drivers have very light structure, what permit to have good speed, good acceleration for driver. It's a good internal dampening. It's not many problems with crossovers. And for woofers we use ceramic sandwich, what is a very strong construction, or aluminum sandwich panels, what is again very strong, very fast, and good for lower frequency reproduction. And tweeters, yes, or ceramic for more lower level, and for high level we use diamond tweeters, what is a very good. I think it's best dynamic tweeter now. Yes, again, in the previous years, maybe it's many companies try to use ceramic drivers that sound was like a little specific, a little ceramic. But we make this speaker, and some magazine says that it's a first ceramic speaker with not ceramic sound. And we know some secrets how it's preparing. And we are happy with this, and we use again best parts of these characteristics of possibility of these drivers. And we believe that now it's very good possibility to make sound best. For example, our models like Diamond, X Diamond, or Forza, or Extreme and K2, it's all have ceramic drivers, but it's very clean, very pure, very natural sound. X, B, XB diamond, X diamond have higher impedance. It's three-way speakers, bass reflex. It's not very demanding about amplifiers. It's need to be a good amplifier for reproduce the sound and open all this possibility what speaker can do. For our upper class Forza and Extremes, yes, they have lower impedance because it's four-way speakers, 5 drivers. It's a little more complicated, but this level amplification, this level amplifiers usually have no problem with driving our speakers. We have experience with many brands, and always show that these combinations are working perfectly. First of all, we use all best components what we can use for the good sound. We choose not by price, from quality. It's very important for us. And crossover actually is not very complicated. We use mostly second order for crossovers. It's quite easy. These components like coil resistors and capacitors presented whatever crossovers. And yeah, this is it's very complicated to make a good crossover, because we need to have very good controllable characteristic, not on between crossover point, but out of this. And with our enclosure with this geometry, and avoid these resonances close to the crossover point, it's make much more easy to build crossover for this. About a connection, for us it's normal to use a good quality cable, for example for bi-wiring or single wiring. It's better to use one very good quality cable, or two not so good quality cables. You have no benefit from this. Of course, if you use bi-amping, again this is a much more expensive electronic set. Yes, you can have some benefits with this. For these, for models starting from X diamond, we can make like option bi-amping. If customer want this, yes, please, we can do this. But it's depending how customer want to use this. Yeah, and in Extremes and Forza, we use a system where woofers position is on certain angle, and again, this like usually for our speakers, the woofer is quite close to the floor, and in this situation we have benefit with symmetry. In this version, we have two woofers what was equally loaded from acoustically. It means that speaker panels and floor and inside of the box, it's absolutely equal situation, equal loading. In this situation, two woofers work absolutely synchronized. This speed, this impulse, and it's helped to have very precise, fast bass. And also, this positioning helps to create a little more spherical wave in the room. And all our speakers, according this positioning of the tweeter and lower crossover point permit much more easy to found positioning in the room. And also good dispersion for mid-woofer, tweeter, mid-range. They help to, again, much more easy found in the room because these diagrams, this dispersion, it's very smooth. And if you change a little angle or positioning, sum of all reflections is not so dramatically changed as with speaker with many corners and many reflections. This summary reflections are much more complicated. Each our speakers is designed like from white paper. And, we thinking before what is the final results, for what we build this speaker, what result we wait from this, what methods, what components, what another ideas support this idea. And it's the same with extremes. We knows that we need to build a bigger speaker for the bigger rooms, and what is the benefit, what difference with bigger room or smaller rooms, what is the reproduction like moments for make the sound in a little other conditions. Well, first, what we will see for some another companies models, it's very easy. It's a tweeter and mid-range usually a little higher than in smaller speakers. It's because listening position usually it's in longer distance, and this is reduce a little reflections from the floor. At the same time, it's a permit to build stereo picture in almost right side, right height. And also experience from previous years and many tests, we found that one the same good speaker can be positioned in one room very successfully, in another room with some difficulty, and maybe we can't have this result what we want. And why? That's because combinations, resonance combinations in the bigger room have much more possibilities, much more variants. And because in standard room it's almost the same dimensions, the ceiling is the same height, it's almost standard situation. For bigger speakers, room is bigger with different proportions, and ceiling is in very different heights. And what gives us this idea, and one room it tries to put positioning for the speaker and was not satisfied with this. And last idea was, we need to lift the speaker a little. It was lifted and sound was opened. And from this comes idea that we need to change, make the speaker more flexible with this. And yes, for this was created a system with two boxes, two parts of speakers. One is with base, it's stable, it's connected with the room, and second part is movable, but this part move not straight up and down, but curved around sitting place, around listening, for not change the phase between drivers. It was idea, and for fine correction in the room, according maybe little distance, maybe little according sitting place, a little according what sound stage rate will be more realistic. We decide that we can change Twitter deepness a little. It means that focus for the listening place can be changed a little lower or little higher. All this make this speaker very flexible for installation in the room. And in this MK2 version, all these functions you can do with remote control, sitting in your place, listening place, and adjust the speaker what you want to have in your listening room. Of course, first you can see this is another speaker. This is good finishes. This is warm. For the living room, it makes sometime life more nicer and better. This is a design part. Actually, some of our speakers have awards, design awards like Red Dot design. And second things, the sound quality. It's for us. It's like one actually first priority. And this naturality, this musicality, at the same time the precise, and the same time this picture, this 3D picture like stage, like image. We prefer to see all instrument, not only listening, but like mostly visualize. You can visualize all these musicians or instruments and sound stage. It gives much more realism in your room. And one thing more, it's easy to find the sound in rooms with our speakers. And actually one thing more, our distributors, our teams, it's all time. It's have very good work with our speakers, with electronics, help to make good and right decision for build the sound in the room, and we trust. And it's one reason why we start to work with KSSONS company. We are happy to be here in Thailand, in Bangkok, and meet our partners, KSSONS company. Very nice people, good specialists, and excellent rooms for demonstrate product. And we will be happy that customers come here, listening, look our product, and we believe that our energy, our passions for build these speakers can meet here customers and people who understand and then like this sound. And actually, yes, it's one interesting fact maybe for the customer that in this listening room now you can listen and see Extreme MK2. This is a serial number 001. It's the first Extreme what was produced goes to Thailand, to your country. It's one privilege for us, I think, and for customers.